Captain Steve, Jim's got the week off. Tommy Lang is here. Here's Tommy.
Hi.
Hi, Tommy.
We've got Kerry Prybil from Deery Brothers, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Iowa City.
Good morning.
Joining us here. I'll get you up on the microphone real quick
okay.
here. Get really close to that. Make sure it doesn't fall off.
Is that better?
Yeah. Hey, most people will fall off when it does that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Congratulations.
must have the
on
magic
that.
touch. Yeah.
Yes. It is, of course, getting to be late August, and we were talking about back to school and back to school stuff. And I imagine people probably looking for cars either for their kids going to college or maybe even pick up like a used vehicle for like a high school kid or something like that. It might be getting his learner's permit or her driver's license or something like that. I mean, have you been dealing with a lot of that recently?
We have had a lot of people coming in looking for reliable, affordable vehicles for their kids going back to school, or maybe it's a first-time driver. It's kind of scary, but kids can actually drive to school now at age, I think, 14 with their school permits. So we like to put them in a safe car. It just makes all of us feel a little bit better.
That might have been who you were behind this morning. Off the air, she was telling me about somebody really slow coming down Sand Road, and then they turned on Napoleon. And
Yeah, I told him, I said, it's hit or miss. You either get somebody that goes with the groove and they got the speed down and they know exactly, or you get somebody that's a little bit slow, looking at the cornfields, bean fields, the pastures, and it's like, oh my gosh, I have somewhere to be. It's always when I have somewhere to be.
That happened to me this morning. There was a guy behind me with his brights on. I'm like, there are deer out here. I'm not going to blow through Sand Road to get to work.
No, there's deer. And
we saw him on Rochester coming back from the Quad Cities. Justin and I had a couple deer run in front of us over there by the old high point.
Rabbits and raccoons and stuff.
Any animal.
Yeah, I don't want
All sorts of people.
I don't want to hit them.
They're all good. But what I was getting at is that with this time of year, kids are learning to drive now. They're going to start taking driver's ed here in the next few weeks. And they're going to be on the roads going, just be some extra time, be patient with them, and just be careful.
Well, be patient with a lot because people are coming into town here that don't know the town, and the town's laid out like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah,
that is true.
Quite put together.
Yeah,
not as many one ways as we used to, but we still have enough.
Yeah. Even I've lived here for my whole life. The other day, I turned the wrong way on a one-way, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This is so embarrassing. My daughter's like, Mom, oh, my God, I can't believe you just did that. And I'm like, stop it. We have to find a way to turn around real quick. I've lived here forever.
I terrified my brother. He lives in Dallas now, but he's from here, and he gets Iowa football season tickets. And I was driving him back from a game, and it was snowing, and we were on Dodge Street, and I started going south on Dodge. And he's like, why is that car coming at us? This is on that block between, like, Bowery and Burlington. I'm like, well, it's a two-way now, Tony. He didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
And he just saw a car coming at us in the snow and just thought I didn't know what I was doing or they were drunk. It's like, nope. It's two-way now.
Good. Yeah.
Glad I was the one driving today, not you.
That's funny, yeah.
So that's also coming up, by the way, is the winter weather and some people looking for vehicles. Because that was, when I go to look for a vehicle, I go, I got to come out here in the snow. I need something with all-wheel drive. And I'm sure you have vehicles to accommodate people like that, too.
We have everything.
Yeah,
we have, like, used vehicles starting at $29.99. So we do have really, really affordable vehicles. We also have used, certified, pre-owned, and those come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So, that's
pretty damn good.
Definitely peace of mind, especially if you're sending a younger driver or, you've got somebody at school here. You want to know that they're taken care of when it comes to service because, coming to a new town, not being familiar with your surroundings, and then having a vehicle that needs to have some service in a dealership or a situation that you're just not familiar with and you're all by yourself, that's kind of tough too. So we like to make sure that they're taken care of.
You have far and away the nicest waiting room I've ever been in for service, by the way.
We do.
It was
really
like
fun.
better than my home. It was nicer couches, nicer TVs.
I know. When we did we did a showroom reset. Oh my goodness, how many years ago has it been? Time flies, so I'm not sure. When they released the Jeep Wagoneer, we did a showroom reset. And if you notice, we have the Wagoneer has its own like stage almost where we have the cloud on top of it. It's got its own little floor covering. And then with that, we also redid the customer waiting area. And I mean, it's got like bamboo and, we have then amenities, we obviously, we have
I think I went there, there were donuts set out for me. We have like some donuts
we
out
have
there.
Snacks. Yeah. We had to switch from donuts to healthy snacks.
Okay. You didn't have to. I appreciate
well,
you
we
did.
Yeah.
I'm losing weight myself. I've
yeah.
lost like 30 pounds in the last
good
couple
for you.
months. So, yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah. And so, and then of course we have free Wi-Fi and TV, and then One of the other amenities with, with just the dealership in general, when we're having service done, we do offer a free shuttle. So that's kind of nice too. If you don't want to wait in the service area, if you got to go back to work or whatever, you can grab the shuttle, and then obviously that'll come and pick you back up to you to schedule your appointment with them.
Yeah, and you're right on Highway 6, or no, it's Highway 1 there, isn't
Highway
it?
1.
Highway 1
Yep.
there, and not too far from 218, so it's not too far to get anywhere easily.
Well, and I feel like, we're so close to the university too. We shuttle a lot of university employees, students and whatnot. Yeah. So we kind of love our location. Absolutely love it.
And, if you're a kid wanting to chip in and buy a car, obviously parents will probably help out, but your finance department's great too. They'll be able to help you out.
They do, exactly. In fact, the guys had given me all the latest incentives, so I would know exactly, what we've got. We do have.
Well, don't tell me that.
Financing.
Make it sound like you know it from heart.
Yeah. Well, I can't memorize all the things, but we do have some financing on new vehicles. That's as low as 3.9. So, I mean, I know interest rates are higher than they have been in the past, but that 3.9 really helps. And on a Ram, you can actually get $18,150 off plus 3.9 financing, and that's for 72 months. So that makes some of those more expensive vehicles, more affordable, especially when you can, stretch them out, and then you don't feel bad about the interest rate you're paying either, because 3.9 is amazing. That's a really great rate.
I drove by the other day. Are you kind of expanding a little bit to the east? Because it looked like there was an area kind of east of of the main dealership where there were some cars like from Deery Brothers that I hadn't seen there before.
Good eye, yes.
Like maybe a part, like you borrowed the parking lot from whatever was next door before.
Well, actually, that's us next door.
Okay.
So we've owned that building, and now we are in that building. It's not really a customer per se, but it is where we do our intake on our used vehicles. We call it, and then on our new vehicles, we call that PDI, prep for delivery. So all of that takes place in that building there. We really have outgrown our original building that we're in.
Which is insane, because I remember when you were over there on Riverside Drive next to the railroad tracks.
Oh my gosh.
I bought my first car from you. I bought a little PT Cruiser when you were there across from the Dairy Queen and kind of across the railroad tracks.
Right by Brugger's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, I know. I remember that too. It's just, it's so crazy how things change, and just having that extra space is really nice, because we were so, we had just grown as much as we could and utilized the space to the best of our ability. So having that building next to us, where I believe there are, I think there's like 2 hoists in there and 4 or 5 techs that work in there. And then we have 1 service advisor, and they just do like what we call internal work. So again, when we take a used car in, part of the process is we run it through an inspection, multi-point inspection, and then the used car manager decides, what is important, what absolutely needs to be done to the vehicle to get it ready for the lot. And then those guys do that procedure, and then we get it out on the lot and get it ready to go.
Yeah, and more cars is more selection, which makes people happier. I've bought cars before at smaller dealerships where, there's like, okay, I want to get a car. I like you guys, but there's like 2 cars I might kind of want. I basically have to pick with what's there. Whereas, with their expanded inventory now, there's pretty much something for everybody.
There is. My neighbor called me the other day no one calls anybody anymore. So she messaged me.
Yeah, text.
And she's like, hey, she goes, are you at Deery today? And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, I'm interested in a Cherokee, but I don't know how much you're going to give me for my trade-in, and you guys don't have exactly what I want on the lot. Is that an issue? And I'm like, absolutely not. She's really busy, as everybody is. So she ended up sending her daughter in with her trade to be evaluated. So we were able to evaluate the trade, give her number on her trade, and then she was able to select a vehicle. Turns out we did have a vehicle that she was interested in. And then she just, she was able to do a lot of it over, text with the salesperson, over the internet, with the finance department. She was able to come in. It was like seamless, and she's so excited. And it's so fun for me to drive by her house and see one of our vehicles parked out front instead of a competitor's. So I just think that's kind of cool. Plus, she got a really pretty Cherokee.
Very nice.
Those are nice cars.
They are. They're beautiful.
And your service department is great too. My wife, when she had a car, she always took it into your service department. She said they never talked down to her.
Yeah. Yeah, and
She
we have a
gets
new
that-
team in there,
She gets
too,
that
in
at
there.
home. But
She wanted a change of pace.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, no, we have a fresh service department staff, and I mean, I got to tell you, our new service manager is, he's amazing. He's great to work with us. He's been with the dealership for a long time, so he understands our procedures and how we do things, and so we just haven't skipped a beat there at all. And we've actually grown since we've moved into that other building, and I don't know, it's pretty great.
yeah, it is. It's a good dealership, and you drive by it. You might as well just stop in and.
Yeah, and if you are very shy about going into dealerships, and some people are, you can always go to the website too. You guys, I've always looked on there, and you can just see everything, and oh, that looks like that's interesting. I'd like to find out more about that, and just take a look around if you're a shy person.
There you go.
Yeah, because they're afraid of the high pressure thing, and that stuff is pretty much done with successful dealerships. The high pressure thing,
Right. Salespeople don't run after vehicles anymore. I mean, it used to be a joke that they would like lay in front of your car so you couldn't go anywhere, so you had to talk to a salesperson.
Listen, when I was in the Quad Cities, I dealt with this guy named Moose Baxter, and I love the guy. Don't get me wrong, but this sucker, I'd go in and I was looking at a specific car or something, and he'd say, "Well, it'll cost you this much a month," and it was 8 hours before I got out of there, and he actually stood in front of my car and said, "You're not getting out of here."
Oh yeah, yeah. The general manager and I are we're the seasoned, I should say, managers at the dealership, because we're the older ones, and the stories we talk about from dealerships that we previously worked at. I mean, things that used to happen that today would never happen. I mean, we could. I mean, you really could write a book. It's.
I eventually got the deal I wanted, because the owner of the dealership came in and goes, "This guy's just going to give you crap all morning long on the radio. You just give him what he wants and get him out of here."
Yeah, and they wanted to close, probably.
Yeah.
One of my first news stories here, like my first couple years, there was a dealership where they somehow pressured a 16-year-old to buy a Porsche. His mom had had to leave real quick for a minute and left him alone at the dealership, and they sold him a Porsche or something that there's no way he could afford.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Then they sued, and it was a whole mess. Yeah. It's that ain't gonna happen. I've bought cars from you guys before. I've never had an issue.
Yeah,
where I felt pressured or that I had to buy something I didn't want.
Right.
Yeah, I never got into that.
No, and the one that I've been eyeing. So we have the Compass, and I always said, if I was going to downsize into a smaller vehicle, Compass would be. And I walk by them on the lot. I fantasize about driving a white one. I see them on the road, and I'm like, oh, those are so cute. I love those little cars. Just a little too small for me for right now. But the guys did tell me, because they're always trying to tempt me, that I could actually drive one right now if I wanted to for $339 a month. And I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. That sounds amazing. I can't right now, but someday.
Because of the kids.
Because of the kids and all the things.
Get a hitch and get a trailer in the back and put the kids in the trailer.
Yeah. There you go. Or get the roof rack and put them on the top. Yeah. Strap them in nice so they're safe. No, I mean, there's lots of room in those little things for us, for as compact as they are. Just not quite ready for that yet. I'd be zipping around. I'd be speeding too much. I wouldn't know what it would be like to park in a parking space.
Unless you're behind that guy that you were behind today, then you wouldn't be speeding anywhere.
Well, he had a Compass, so I didn't really mind following him too much. I was just admiring.
You were admiring the
back
car
end
on the way
view.
Yeah. I had a 2-seater Buick Riata, and I love that car, even though it would catch on fire on occasion. I love that car, but I got 5 speeding. You would get in the car and just hit the gas, and it would just zoom.
I bet.
I had to go to speeder school.
Oh no!
and then Jan said, "You got to get rid of that car."
and you did.
Yeah, and I did.
Yeah, what'd you replace it with?
God, I don't remember now. it had 4 seats. It was a
Okay.
family car.
Family car, yeah. One of those situations. Yeah.
You know, I really like my PT Cruiser. It just got really old. The one I bought from you guys like a long time ago. I think it lasted forever. It wasn't very good in the snow, which wasn't good for working here. But otherwise, I loved that car. It was a great car.
There's a lot of room in those.
Yeah, it was really cool. I kind of miss it.
Yeah.
Kind of miss it.
Kind of miss it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. It didn't mean turn it sad. I still see it sometimes. I see like a guy driving around. I think like college kids got it or something.
Yeah.
That's kind of the beauty of when you trade in a car. It's like you see it somewhere later and you're like, well, that's some like 16-year-old who's getting their first car. You know, I wanted to get rid of it, but for them, it's like the best thing in the world.
my son borrowed my Riata, and he calls me on Highway 61. He's with a friend of his, and he goes, "Hey, Dad, the dashboard's smoking." And I said, "Yeah, just pull over and wait 5 minutes. It was one of the first digital displays in 1990.
Wow, that's fancy.
Yeah.
That's fancy. And now they like take, the screen takes up the whole dash. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Is there anything else you got going on at Deery Brothers that we haven't mentioned yet?
We do. So we do have some leftover 24s. I know people ask about that sometimes. And with those, we have savings of up to $17,500. And then I mentioned this last time, and we have a few of these units left, but we did get some vehicles that do have minor hail damage on them. They are Rams. I personally walked through them and was like, oh, these are beautiful. So we do have full-size Rams, and those are going to have savings of up to $20,000 off of the MSRP.
Wow.
And I mean, like, you could barely see the damage. And at the time I looked at them, I'm like, you know what, a couple hot days out here in the Iowa heat, and some of those dents are going to pop on their own. But the savings is huge on those. And then, of course, we do have the brand new Rams, the crew cab 4x4s. Those are running, some of those are running $469 a month. Like I mentioned before, or we do have the $18,150 off and 3.9 financing for 72 months. So definitely have a lot to offer. We have a ton of vehicles. We can usually find exactly what somebody's looking for. You know, we have great relationships with other dealerships too to be able to trade.
And you've got your own dealerships. You know, the Waukee one we talked about off the air. My sister was actually there and ran into AJ at the Waukee dealership the other day.
It's a beautiful store too.
Yeah.
It's huge. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
You know, you get those hail damaged, and with that kind of savings, you can go and, you know, fix the dentures, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Or some of the dents weren't really that
Yeah.
noticeable. You know, when you get those trucks that sit kind of high off the ground like that, sometimes you just don't see the damage, you know, especially if there's damage on the roof, a little bit of hail damage on that roof. I mean, I don't know. I personally am not going to be looking at the roof of my vehicle or any other vehicle because it's too tall for me to see the top.
Yeah.
But we have to disclose all that, of course. So
Yeah.
That's a great deal. That's
it
good
is.
savings.
Yeah.
Anything else? Have we missed anything?
Not that I can think of. We had a really great time at the rodeo last month. You know, we were out at Tiffin at the rodeo, and the guys they get so excited about that. It's really their thing.
Is that the one that used to be at the Johnson County Fair?
Yeah,
Okay.
they moved it out to Tiffin, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago.
I know you guys have been a part of that rodeo for a while.
Yeah,
now.
we're one of the sponsors there. They just have a great time. It draws a ton of, a lot of people. It's just a great, opportunity that we have to support that. And we love that. Next year we'll be doing it again. We always do the free tickets with a test drive. And, we just have a lot of fun out there. We provide some vehicles for them to use. And it's great. You get to see some local participation in the actual rodeo itself. And it's just a great event.
Well, thanks for coming in.
You bet. Thanks for having me, guys.
Next month, right?
Yeah, next
I
month
probably
again.
not be here. It'll be Hunter back here.
Okay, well, feel free to
It's
stop
good to
in
see
if
you.
you want to join us.
Yeah.
Mighty 1630.